Hi, third graders. Mr. Rars here from Butler Elementary. This is your first week of library. I know it's a little different than what you would normally have for library, but we're just trying to do something to give you kind of some access to more books because that's what's most important. Luckily enough, this week we have a special guest, Miss Lauren from the Belmont Public Library.
Hi guys.
If you want to go ahead, Lauren, introduce yourself, tell them what you do, that'd be great.
So I'm Miss Lauren and I'm the technology librarian at the Belmont Public Library. Since you guys all live in Belmont, which is great, and you go to school in Belmont, it means that you also have access to a bunch of the resources that you can get through the library. Even though the library is closed and school is closed, we still have a bunch of stuff that's available online, and we're going to be going through some of those things today.
Well, so what's the main service, the main thing that we're going to be going over today, Lauren?
So we're going to take a look at Hoopla, which has not only a super fun name, but it's also really cool because it allows for multiple people to access the same content. So if we were talking about, you have a friend and they said, oh, I checked out this sweet book called Flora and Ulysses on Hoopla through the library, you'd be like, wow, I want to read that, but I don't want to have to wait for it. The cool part about Hoopla is it allows for multiple people to check out the same item at the same time. So if you guys all wanted to read the same book, you could do that.
So I guess the big thing you're going to need for this, though, is a couple things you're going to need are some kind of device. So you're talking either a mobile device, phone, tablet, or computer access. Is that right?
Yep. Okay. So all of this is provided over the internet, so you would need to be able to access the internet in one way, shape, or form, whether at home or if you can have a Wi-Fi hotspot or you can create a Wi-Fi hotspot. Usually on mobile devices with Hoopla especially, which is nice, is that the big thing is you just need to be able to borrow it and download it. And then even if you don't have internet on your tablet later, you should still be able to read it without having internet right then and there.
Okay, so you need a device. You also need a Belmont Public Library card.
It should look a little something like this. We also have ones that have the logo for the library on the front. So don't worry if yours doesn't look exactly like this. This is just the one for the consortium that we're all a part of, which is called the Minuteman Library Consortium. The big thing on the back is you're going to see, I'm going to zoom in here a little bit, boom, so you can see this. It's going to look weird because it'll be backwards for you guys. But you will see that it has the name of the library at the top. And then the big thing is that it also has the barcode on the back with the number underneath. That number is your ticket to ride for any of the online resources that we're going to be talking about.
The other thing that you need for this, parent or guardian consent and their help. It's really important that anything you do, anything online, you are safe and only going to sites that are acceptable for your age. So always have a parent with you. They're going to be your biggest resource in this, apart from this little video.
Yeah. All right. You ready to get started?
Sounds good. Let's get started right after the wipe.
Hi guys, so we're going to figure out how to get access to Hoopla, which is going to start, you guessed it, at the Belmont Public Library website, which is belmontpubliclibrary.net. This is the mobile version, but generally speaking, there's a top menu that's going to show up if we tap on these three little lines on the right-hand side. That'll look exactly the same. So you want to tap on that, and it's going to bring up bunch of options. Then you're going to tap on where it says services and then e-resources, and we're just going to go to the A to Z list because that's going to be the most complete listing of everything that we have available. So that's got a whole bunch of stuff, all of which is organized alphabetically. So we're just going to start scrolling down until we get to the H's for Hoopla, Hoopla, and there it is. And then you just tap on the blue link where it says Hoopla, and it's going to take you to the Hoopla webpage, which is hoopladigital.com. You can also go into, of course, with your parents' permissions, make sure that you're okay to download an app onto the device that you're using if you're using a mobile device. And then you can go into whatever app store, whether it's Google Play or the App Store, and download the app. It is free, and then we're going to walk through the login process or the registration process and then logging in and searching in just a second. Hi guys, so I'm going to show you how to log in and actually register first to create a Hoopla account, so then you can log in whenever you want and check out all sorts of really cool materials that are available through the Belmont Public Library. So the first thing is either on the website or on the app. The general layout is pretty much the same. you're going to go to don't have an account, sign up. We're going to tap on that. And you're just going to type in your email, address, whatever that one is that you use. And then you're just going to type it in one more time, just to make sure we got all the letters right in there. And then you're going to create a password, anything from 8 to 40 characters, just like it says. So literally whatever floats your boat.
Probably not a good idea to do 40 characters, though, I don't think.
Probably not. And then you're just going to tap next. On the next screen here, you're going to choose your library. So this part's pretty easy. We're just going to go to the search bar here, and we're going to type in our library, which we all know is the Belmont Public Library. So you obviously want to choose the one that doesn't have NH at the end, because that means it's the one in New Hampshire. I guess there's more than one Belmont. So we're going to select the one that says Belmont Public Library, that first listing there. And then you just have to say, yes, I agree to the terms and conditions. Then brings you to the next page where you're going to type in your library card number. And if you don't have a library card number from the Belmont Public Library, we can talk about how you can get one set up on a different video.
And your library card is that big number on the back of your card underneath the crazy barcode.
Correct. So you're going to have a backside that has a sticker on it that'll say Belmont Public Library, and there's a barcode, and then it's going to be a 14-digit number underneath. You don't need to include the spaces as you saw in what I typed in. You just type in the numbers, and it should begin with 24862. If you have a different card number, it probably means that you got your card from somewhere else, which is fine. It's just that you're probably going to have to identify that place as your home library. If you have any questions, you can obviously reach out to Mr. Tavares, and then he can get in contact with me, and I would be more than happy to help you guys. So you saw I typed it in, we hit next, and then it says, congratulations! My library and yours allows patrons to borrow up to 5 titles from Hoopla each month. And then we just tap on continue. And there we are. Wait for it to load. And you're going to see all sorts of cool stuff that you'll be able to browse. And we're going to walk through some of those cool options. Okay, so we're logged into Hoopla. And first thing we're going to do is it gives you options to browse video, music, and books. But I will tell you one thing is that there are a lot of options available. So first thing we're going to do is we're just going to tap on this little button in the left-hand top corner where it says Kids. And you want to get that little check mark there next to where it says Kids. And once you do that, you can go to Browse Video, Browse Music, or Browse Books.
Focus on books.
Yeah, so let's go and look for a book. Mr. Tavares, what kind of book are you looking for?
Oh man, Pete the Cat's right there. I really love Pete the Cat. Oh, but then there's Captain Underpants. Wings. You know what? I've always wanted to read a Wings of Fire book. That's an audiobook. I'm not a huge audiobook fan. I love regular, just reading myself. Whoa, there's more. The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe audiobooks. Is there any way we can filter so it's not all audiobooks? I notice these are all audiobooks.
Yeah, that's a great point. So up at the top here, you'll notice that there's a little gray bar where it says that there's audiobooks, which is selected, which is why it's highlighted in a lighter gray. If we were to switch to, say, comics.
I love comics.
We're going to see all sorts of awesome comics come up that are totally appropriate for kiddos within your general age group. So let's say you really like Minecraft, for example.
I've actually read that middle one there. You can click on that one if you want to take a look real quick.
Minecraft Volume 1?
Yeah, I've read it, yeah.
Okay, so why don't we take a look and see how easy this is. So we're just going to tap on something that we like. So we're going to choose the Minecraft Volume 1.
It may go to portrait mode, I believe.
Yes, it might switch because we are doing this on a tablet. If you were doing this on a desktop computer, you would just see that it would pop up in a normal fashion on the screen. You should be able to read it, no problem. So it takes you to this. If you wanted to share or favorite or whatever, read more about the title, you can do that too. It's got information down here. Not a ton, but a little bit. Otherwise, if you're like, yeah, I totally want to read this, then you're just going to tap on where it says borrow.
So here is where I'm going to throw this out. And I want to say that you need to make sure that what you borrow is something you really want to read, because you only get, was it 5 borrows a month?
That's right. Only 5 borrows a month. And once they're spent and gone, they're gone.
Okay, so great.
So you're going to tap on where it says borrow. And it's going to say, are you sure you want to do that? Now, for books and music, you get sort of different borrowing limits. So for this one, since it's a book, you get 21 days with the title. And it allows you to stream or download. Now, if I'm on Wi-Fi, for example, right now, and I know that it's not going to use data, or let's say I'm on a laptop, that has an internet connection with the Wi-Fi, for example, but it's not going to necessarily if I take it somewhere else. If you were to borrow it and then download the item, actually that's only available for, well, that's all right. Let's just borrow it and we'll see what happens. So, and it says borrowing title. Because we're on a mobile device, it goes to downloading it, and then...
Read it. Let's do it. Come on, let's do it.
You tap on read it, and there you go. And it just opens up the title. And you're basically just going to swipe through the pages, same as you would with a regular book, until you get to the good stuff, also known as the beginning.
And at this point, I'll toss in that this should hopefully work if you double tap on the top panel. It gives you like a cool zoomed in mode. Mm-hmm. And as you swipe, it just goes ahead and takes you to the next particular panel. And if you just tap on it, you get those quick borders. So as you finish the book or you come to a stopping point, you can go ahead and just hit done to close out of it.
And that'll take you back to the home page or to the page of the book that you were reading. And then in the upper left-hand corner, you'll see a little arrow. You want to tap on that, and that's going to take you back to the area that you had been browsing in, which for us was comics.
Ebooks. Let's do ebooks.
Okay, so now we're going to take a look at ebooks. So you're looking for something a little bit more difficult.
Actually, you know what? Go ahead, you keep going.
I really like, oh man, Stick and Stone is...
That is one of your favorites.
It's a great
book. Can we check it out real quick? Stick and Stone?
Yeah.
My big question is, what if I just have something I want to search for, a particular author, like Kate DiCamillo?
Sure.
How would I do that?
Sure. So down the bottom, you also have a bunch of options. This will differ depending on if it's a mobile device versus if it's on a computer.
Yeah, if it's on a computer, I think it's just got a bar at the top and you would type in your search and yeah.
Yep. And as you guys probably already know, anytime you see something that looks like a magnifying glass, that's going to be an easy way to search for something, right? So down in our bottom right-hand corner, we have one that says search, and we got that little magnifying glass down there. So we're going to tap on that guy. And let's search for something. What are we looking for today?
Let's do Kate DiCamillo. Let's get rid of the keyboard. We'll use our little Bluetooth keyboard. Kate. I'll just take it a second here. Okay, got it.
Kate.
I notice all these names coming up. Oh, and as you started typing, we've got some titles and then people. So maybe under people, we should type on Kate DiCamillo.
Right, because Kate DiCamillo is our author of the book that we're looking for. And she might have a bunch of stuff that we're interested in, so we might want to see other things that she has available.
I hope there's a lot. Let's see what we got. Well, we'll get her picture, a little bit of a bio. That's pretty cool. Ooh, Bink and Golly, those are great. Mercy Watson, we all love that. Ooh, Flora and Ulysses, more about that later. Then Winn-Dixie, which we've all been reading, you're going to get back to. Tale of Desperate. Wow, this is some great choices.
So remember, you have to choose wisely here, guys, because you only get 5 borrows with Hoopla. But if you have something that's like a longer book, like an audio book, or one of those like nice meaty books like Flora and Ulysses, or because of Winn-Dixie, it might take you a while. So that would be a good choice to make if you think, oh, this is something I really want to read. And you do the same thing as before. You would just tap on the title, then you tap on borrow, wait for it to download, and then tap on read and get reading.
Sounds great. Well, that is Hoopla Digital for you. Lauren, thank you so much for being here and helping us sign up and get started browsing Hoopla. I really appreciate your time and helping us.
You're welcome. And you guys, if you have any questions, don't forget that you can always ask Mr. Tavares and send him an email.
I'll probably put it at the bottom here somewhere.
Yeah, and happy reading.